Okay, this has turned into part 2 of how I seduced my counselor while I was in prison. Pay attention, man. There's some jewels in here. Okay, now where we left off, because this is part 2, I got sentenced to a 10 with a 5. That's 10 years. Mandatory, you do 5 before you go to parole. Okay, just so you... Now, that's just to catch y'all up. This lady was my counselor. She was about a 6.5, 7 on the look scale, objectively. Caucasian lady. Listen, we in prison. Don't be racist now. But I will say, contrary to what somebody said in the last statement, no, she is not objectively mid. This is a woman that white men would want to marry. She's in shape, nice. She probably still works there. Very educated. So anyway, not that that's like some type of badge, but people are like, ah, she must be low self-esteem. No, this was a high-level person here. She's probably still high-level. I ain't mentioning no names, but she's probably very lucrative in her field. She's on the ball, masters, all of that type of stuff, okay? Okay, so don't at me, right? Anyway, I give her the book describing my life story, essentially, in a quick, brief moment. Like, you know, write a paragraph. She gave me the marble book. Remember the ones you used to get in school? She gave it to me. I filled out the whole thing in like a day. Listen, we're trying to snag some fish here. And I know how to mentally fuck people. So, hey, what can I say? I'm a criminal, right? Anyway, so I give her the book. She's blushing when she gets to the sex scene. Now, this is a real story. I didn't make a story up. I'm telling my life story. I think it was the first time I lost my virginity or some shit like that. You know, these are your counselors. They're trying to dive deep into the mind and all of this here bullshit. Okay, here we go. Then here you go. Give it to them. It melts their brain when they listen to it. But anyway, I give it to her. So she pulls me to the side after blushing and turning completely red. She gives me a one-on-one session. Now, I make sure for the last 60 days to get the extra. When I'm down prison, all I do is read and work out. That's all I do, literally. Prepping for moments just like this. Okay, so I'm well versed in a lot of different subjects. I can talk about pretty much anything and either put my input or I'll be open enough to listen to it so we can have a dialogue, right? That's what you do. And what do you know? Working professional women love that because you ninjas is outside not giving them this type of attention. So what do you know? Here I come. I got all the time in the world. Technically, I got 10 years. I'll be out in maybe 5, but I'm here for the duration, for your viewing pleasure. So anyway, she pulls me into a one-on-one and she's like, we're talking and I give her a compliment. I think I say something to the effect that you're a nice lady. I gave her a compliment. Now, just to give you some reference of why we were in this setting, this was a TC program inside the prison, therapeutic community. For those of you who know my good grifters, that's where you can go and get a good grift on and you can get a little bit of status, get some food, kick back. You don't got to work because when you down prison, you got to work. Now, you can be in the slave house in the field or you can be in the big house hitting the white women. And that's what I did. So don't at me at all right? Yeah, I'm a motherfucking businessman. I ain't in here to be playing with y'all. Yeah, all working grounds, raking up, mopping stuff. No, I'm here to use these words and this knowledge to get ahead. And when you down prison, because a lot of men can't read and write and articulate themselves, that's very valuable. Honestly, that's valuable anywhere. I wish black men would embrace that more, but that's a different conversation. So anyway, she calls me into a one-on-one session and we're talking. And I backed her up in a group setting. Now, for those of you who don't know how TC programs, AA type like settings, it's behavior modification. You know, you're having circles and groups where you're breaking down your behaviors and thinking errors, critical thinking. You'd be surprised how many of these methods are used to reprogram grown men. Okay, but they're effective. If you embrace them, they're effective to a degree. So I backed her up with some logical thought, nothing too snazzy. She enjoyed that. So we talked about it. And afterwards, she was like, listen, you can talk to me whenever you like. Yeah, because I said something to the effect of, I like talking to you. It's very rare that you get a good conversation, especially in these circumstances. And she says, sir, you can talk to me whenever you like. My door is always open. Always. And she emphasized it. She said, always open. Always. And I was like, all right. At first, I didn't really get it. Like when you think something is supposed to work and it does, you're almost shocked. And I'm like, let me think about this. And sure enough, she threw the line out after numerous weeks of the full court press. Now that incident lasted 17 months. In the next video, I'm gonna tell you our first encounter. Yeah, comment down below if you've ever experienced this. All my real ones tap in. You don't gotta share any names. Listen, I don't care if it's telling. I'm not a criminal no more. I'm just sharing a story, allegedly. If you was there with me, then you know I'm filling you in on some things. But in the next video, I'm gonna tell you how we had our first interaction and how it got let in. This was some real CIA espionage shit, and I'm gonna actually tell you how she was really working for other agencies to get information about crimes that's going on. Yeah, believe it or not, government agencies use women to deal with the inmates to get information to solve big crimes. But you know, me being a guy just trying to be a grifter and get a chick to get your ish off, you know, you're trying to get your shit off and you're not really thinking about what your contribution might be to all of this. So in the next one, I'm gonna share that with you. One.